What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 17th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing on this fun Monday morning. Before we get into any of that, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off for data points, we do have roughly in about 4 minutes this coming out. So retail sales, current forecast is 0.5. So in reality, I don't really see this moving the market all that much, but near the end of the video I'll kind of go over what the true data was and its influence on the broader market. But right now markets are pulling back, and I think in reality it's just because of what happened in Yemen. So the Red Sea, those attacks over the weekend, I think it's spooking the market a little bit, but for what you can see, it is recovering, so it is fair to assume that during the trading day it will progress to be green. Dow is down 0.47, S&P down 0.44, NASDAQ 0.17. Fear and greed index has improved from last week, so it is under the extreme fear category, so 21. So people's appetite for risk is increasing slightly, but still under the extreme fear category, essentially. But starting off with Sofi, it is down slightly, which was rather inverse because I looked at the overnight trading, and honestly, Sofi was up like 2%. Every other stock was red. Now it seems to be inverse has happened. I'm not really sure why, but no news, no SEC filings, nothing like that. I don't anticipate shorts to be that active today, rather probably Wednesday onward, but 12.22% of the free float is being shorted. Right now with it at 205 pre-market, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 1192 will be a strong support. Flip side, $13.10 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So I feel like over this week we will see a nice progression to this pivot point of 13.10. But no matter what though, unless Sofi actually puts out news, it's just going to be following the technicals. So just take note of some of these, at least in the short term. Moving on, you have ticker NAOV. So it is up 73%. And there hasn't been any real news. They did put out a 8K on Friday, ultimately just saying that they have something in a published piece, Australian and New Zealand journal. So I think that's kind of a good thing. The stock was halted because of that though, but usually biotechs and whatever else aren't my forte, so just do your own due diligence, of course, and all the other fun jazz. Shorts, 4.42% of the free float is being shorted. It works out to be 24.33 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So shorts won't be playing that big of a part, and in reality, for being what they do, it's rather low. So that's kind of a good thing in reality. But with it at $3.77, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 329 will be a strong support. Flip side, 501 will be the next strong target / resistance. If data is good, I can see a nice push higher, maybe not above this pivot point, but potentially getting close to that. So again, that might be a good swing trade opportunity. Quantum stocks are extremely hot, so continuing its good momentum from Friday, up 22.99%. Shorts, many of them actually, in fact, are very shorted, heavily shorted, so they will play a big part in what happens today. But if obviously the momentum does continue, shorts won't really be able to stop it. But 19.81% at the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 20.42 million shares overall are being shorted. With at 855, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. 928 will be that next strong target / resistance, which I can definitely see it being touched today. Flip side, 749 will be that next strong kind of support, which in my opinion, I don't really see that being touched unless, like I said, something random does happen, or let's say data points come out, which retail sales came in a little bit lower, so 0.2. So that was the actual, and we can kind of see based on this, it's actually improving the futures. So this is one of those types of scenarios that the market actually does want negative data to justify rate cuts. Most likely not for this upcoming week's Fed meeting or interest rate decision, rather the next one following that. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Ticker is REVB. It is down 19.71%, and it is because of this right here. So the news that came out first thing, Biotechs aren't really my forte, as I've shared with you, so you read the news, do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But 4.34% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 37.25 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So similar to the last biotech, it's not heavily shorted, and I don't really see shorts playing that big of an influence today. So let me know your general thoughts on if you think that it's justified that pullback or not. But nonetheless, it could be a potential good swing trade with it at $2.74. It is trading right below this S2, so between this S2 and S3. So 235 will be a strong support. I don't see that being touched just based on previous price action and overall volume for today. Flip side, 289 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by 322. So I feel like it could get above this S2. So like I said, a pretty good swing trade, at least in the short term. Whether it does get above this 322, I think it all depends on market momentum. And then speaking of market momentum, one stock that's building a lot of good momentum is Palantir, up 2.33%. So I did a video under Financial Journey, another YouTube channel, over the weekend about this and how essentially it's going to piggyback off of the good momentum and the whole AI PCon that recently did happen and really push it to potentially that $96 range. So right now it's doing pretty good this morning. Shorts, though, it's not heavily shorted, so it's not a squeeze play. In fact, actually, all the stocks, with the exception of QUBT that I'm talking about this morning, aren't squeeze plays. But Palantir, 2.89% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 62.64 million shares overall are being shorted. So let me know your thoughts on that. But with it at $89 so far pre-market, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. 78.34 will be a strong support. I don't see that being touched whatsoever. Flip side, 96.27 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. I don't know if that'll be touched today, but I think we'll have some pretty good momentum building up to that. And then potentially data maybe on Wednesday might be that deciding point to really touch that and break hopefully above that. So let me know your general thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other kind of trending stocks that is floating your boat? If so, drop some tickers in the description below. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.